Hi Peaches, it's Shaaba. Welcome back to my channel and thank you for clicking on another video. I hope you're well. As we do every week here on the Shaaba channel to expand our mindsets, to learn from the stories of other people and just for a little bit of fun, innit? We are gonna be diving into some arseholes today. As always, a huge thanks to the Backstage Peaches for helping me choose these specific posts to explore. If you want to find out how to become a Backstage Peach, you can take a look at the little join button down below. But before we go diving deep into the arseholes today, a quick thank you to today's video sponsor, Pride Counselling. Identity has always been a tricky thing, and if you want to talk to someone about it, then Pride Counselling might be a great resource for you. They provide private online therapy specifically for LGBT cuties like you. I've used them a lot, and I know I've said this phrase so many times, particularly in these Am I the Arsehole videos. It might not be your fault, but it's still your problem, and that's actually a nugget that I got from my therapist on Pride Counselling. You are welcome. All of the therapists on Pride Counselling are of course LGBT+ friendly, and to get started all you need to do is answer a few questions about your needs and you're matched to the right therapist, and if you don't like them you can switch. It's free and very easy to change. And the best part about the service in my opinion is that you can talk to your therapist however and whenever you feel comfortable. Text, phone, chat or video call. And if you can't quite afford it, that's totally fine. Just know that Pride Counselling also have financial aid that you can apply for as well, because no one should feel left out from having good mental health. If you want to find out more or potentially sign up, you can take a look at my link downstairs in the description box, pridecounselling.com/Shaaba, and you'll even get 10% off your first month. Alright, let's take a look at some of these arseholes. Today's arsehole edition all centres around the idea of gifts. So let's see just how dramatic gifts can be. Am I the arsehole for not giving my high school bully something five years after receiving it? What could this thing be? I, 21-year-old woman, used to be bullied in high school. I was the weird kid for my interests. Do you know what, babe? I'm seeing this and I just want to let you know that you are going to be one of the coolest people. It's always how it works out, okay? One of my interests was collecting toys. I like to collect McDonald's toys because I knew that they might be worth a lot in a few years and I could sell them for a lot of money. Whoa, okay, there. Little Alan Sugar, I see you. One of the girls at my high school made fun of me for my interests and got a lot of people to bully me. For my birthday, she gave me the full Super Mario Happy Meal set from 2017 as a joke. She recorded me opening the gift and sent it around the school. Hurt people, babe. She was clearly going through something. Doesn't make it right to have done that to you, but just know that it wasn't your fault. Hang on, I've just correlated this to the title. Is she asking for the Happy Meal toy back? I'm so invested. Everyone made fun of me for being so excited about the gift, and I was called Happy Meal for the rest of the year. My bully would sometimes throw McDonald's French fries at me or put the wrappers for McDonald's burgers on my desk before class, but the bullying only lasted till the end of 10th grade. Well, I forgot about her until last week. She randomly texted me out of the blue on Insta. I actually didn't recognise her from her profile picture, but when I checked her account, I was shocked to find out it was her. After high school, she'd become addicted to drugs and alcohol. She was pregnant with her 4th kid, and she was obviously not in a financial state for 4 kids. I mean, sounds like you're making some assumptions there, babe, so rein it in a little bit, but I see the picture that you are trying to paint. She texted me and apologised for bullying me, and I tried to give her the benefit of the doubt and be friendly back, but it was obvious that she wanted something from me. She's asking for it back, isn't she? She wants the McDonald's toy. After talking for about 20 minutes, she brought up the birthday present she'd given me 5 years ago and asked if I still had it. I did, but it was in Toronto at my parents' house. I didn't mention that part and said, yes, I do have it. Smiley face. Suddenly, the mood had changed and she began begging for the gift back. She kept saying she had no job, her husband doesn't make enough money to support her family, and she wanted the toy back to sell for money. What? Wow. I cannot believe that someone would bully you with a Happy Meal toy and 5 years later ask for it back. How much is it worth? Is it worth like thousands? I googled how much the toy was worth. I just need to stop talking. And they were worth under $100. Fair enough, but to some people that's still a lot of money, so maybe that's why. I said that I didn't want to give it back because she'd bullied me with them and she didn't deserve them. She was pissed. She sent me several voice messages, calling me arsehole and then she blocked me. So much for getting back in touch. Really showing your true colours there, Miss Bully. I told my friends and family about it. They said I was a jerk for not giving her the toys. What? So am I the arsehole for not giving her the toys back? No, you are not the arsehole. I do see it as being less black and white. What your family and friends are seeing, I'm assuming, is a person in deep dire need. And the toy is worth nothing to you. Clearly, you don't have it anymore. You're left at your parents' house. You've just said that $100 isn't worth anything to you. Obviously, you're talking from a sense of privilege there, especially in comparison to the position of your bully, ex-bully, whatever. But what your family and friends are seeing is that there's a toy that you don't want, and in spite, you are not giving it to them. I see that. But at the same time, they bullied you with it. It's 5 years down the line. If what you're saying is true, and it does seem to be that the bully does have a substance addiction, attention problem, then it's probably not going to be at all helpful to them because you'll just be enabling their behaviour. It's odd for a bully to reach out and re-bully you 5 years after giving you something that had such a lasting impact on your childhood, right? Asking for that exact item back and then bullying you again when you said that you're not going to give it to them. Yeah, I just don't understand where your family and friends are coming from. I see why it's not totally black and white, but I also just... It's your decision, babe. It's karma. What do people say? Not the asshole. Karma's a... And does it feel petty to be talking about karma like that when someone is clearly going through a difficult position? Call me petty. It is your choice. You are entitled to be petty. Someone has caused you serious harm. They properly detrimented your well-being. They were so mean to you. It had so much of an impact. You deserve to be petty if that's what you want to do. Not the asshole. Tell her you're glad it's worth so much and you'll be using the $100 to go towards the therapy her bullying has left you in need of. Do that if you're feeling ballsy. Don't do that though, I'm just kidding. You should totally just accept the fact that it's blocked. Rid these toxic people from your life. If anyone is sending you any kind of hate, just let them jog on, babe. Am I the asshole for keeping my ex's possessions and not shipping them back? I don't know why I felt the need to do like the little girl power head wiggle there. I, 23-year-old woman, just got out of a long-term relationship with Mike, 24-year-old man of 2 years. Mike is not 2. Right, the relationship is 2. I'm smart. We did mid-distance, so we never got to see much of each other. There was miscommunication, and I ended up cheating on him with a friend. He found out via a mutual friend, so he called it off. Just saying, even though you did a bad thing, cheating is not okay. I don't like cheaters. Big credit for bringing it up, talking about it so honestly, and putting it out there on a forum where, I don't quite understand the situation yet, but where you are trying to understand how to do the best thing. I think that's very cool. I know what I did was wrong, but this isn't about that. Fair. Mike left a few of his things at my house and asked me to visit him or at least meet me halfway to drop them off. I refused. Why should I travel for hours to drop his things off? Because you broke up and you have his things and it's a decent thing to do to give them back. He also said that because he spent so much money visiting me towards the end of our relationship, throughout we did travel 50-50, I couldn't find the time to go to him, so he came to me, and he said he didn't mind, that I should therefore be willing to do this. If he said he didn't mind, he shouldn't be putting that sort of on you, but it's still the right thing for him to do, right? To give him his stuff back. Just saying. I still maintain my position, and I told him I wouldn't be travelling. Then he asked me to mail his things to him, but because of the value of the items, I refused, as I don't want to be blamed if they get lost in the mail. Babe, just give him his stuff back! I don't understand! I was venting to my friends, and they said whilst it's understandable that I don't want to travel to see him, it's a selfish thing to do, especially when he's asking me to mail them and cover the cost so I don't need to travel. Oh, so he's also covering the cost of you mailing him the stuff. So am I the asshole? Yeah, I do think you're the asshole. You break up with someone, will they break up with you because you did something that would end a relationship, just objectively was a bad thing, and now you're not wanting to give him his stuff back, it seems. Are you feeling guilty? Are you feeling a sense of regret? Are you feeling a lack of control because he has broken up with you and you don't like it? Maybe you want to keep him in your life, and so you feel that by having his stuff, there's not that definitive end. Perhaps it's not that deep, and you're just feeling the need to revenge and are therefore making it as difficult as possible. But I just don't understand why you wouldn't give the dude his stuff back. Am I wrong? Do you agree, Peach, watching this video? Let's see what other people have to say. It's his stuff. You cheated. He's only asking you to mail them. You can mail with insurance. Be a nice human being and do the right thing, you're the asshole. I totally forgot about insurance, but yes, that's also a thing. Sure, sometimes things get lost. That's not a reason to not post. If that was the case, no one would do anything. Am I the asshole for thinking I should inherit my late mother's house over my sister? I'll try to make it short, because I honestly don't think I'm in the wrong here. Ballsy. My mother passed away a few weeks ago, and her house has become an issue between me and my sister. I'm married with 3 kids. My sister is married, but no kids yet. We both live in small apartments. Please do not tell me that you feel entitled to have this over your sister because you have 3 kids. I think because I have a family and she doesn't, I should get the house. She's fine with me getting the house, but wants me to pay her for her half? Question mark? As if that is a weird thing to do? I feel like I've never heard of that. Usually one child inherits the house. What? What examples are you using? Where have you seen this? I've done a legal degree where I did core modules specifically in conveyancing. I took additional modules on equity trusts, wills, and additional conveyancing. I also worked in a law firm, specifically in a conveyancing department. And I can tell you, not once has it ever been the norm when multiple siblings are involved that one person gets the house. I think that's crazy. We are family, I have 3 kids and a wife to provide for, and she's using our mother's death as a payday. What are you doing? What are you doing by not wanting to give your sister half of what your mother had? Do you not see yourself as also using this as a payday? What? There's no way I could afford to give her that much, and she knows it. Now she wants to sell the house and split the money from it. Typically, that's what happens. It does go to two people, but in the sense that the property is sold and they're split. It is quite common, however, for one person in particular to want to keep it. It's also very common, so if there are two siblings, right, for one person to want to keep the property and have the means to keep the property and the other person to not, for that person to then buy the other person out. And it's also very common, alternatively, for one person to have the want and the means, but for the other person to have the want and not the means, and therefore not allow the other sibling to live in it because it's something that they would want to do but don't have the means to do. And then ultimately they end up selling and splitting the profits anyway. My wife and I think she's being beyond selfish and putting money above family and being an all-around brat. The phrase pot kettle black has never rung so true. Now she's demanding I decide what I want to do with the house, but I'm not budging. It's not a decision, babe. When she wants to grow up and put the family before money, we can talk. I'm sorry, you are 1,000,000% the arsehole, okay? You are 100% the arsehole. Your wording makes you an arsehole. The way you are thinking and not considering other people makes you an arsehole. The fact that you come onto an advice forum and are so close-minded about it that you're not even wanting to ask for help properly makes you an arsehole. Big, big arsehole. I have a very simple question. What was in your mum's will, babe? I would also suggest that an option would be that if you want to keep the house, even though you can't afford to pay her back her half of it as a lump sum right now, maybe what you could do is have the house and pay her half in installments every month for X number of years until you have paid her half. But if she doesn't want that and she just wants to sell the house because there's two of you and she wants that money now and there was no will, right? Then she is entitled to do that. You cannot force people to do things with their money, and you cannot dictate that only you should be getting things just because you have 3 children. That's just weird. People are weird. Actually, selling the house and splitting the proceeds is what usually happens after situations like this. Sorry, the idea of sister gifting you the house is not a fair result to your dilemma. Very true. You are the arsehole. What does the will say? It's very typical for properties to be split and one party buy out the other party. It's not strange at all. You say your sister's just looking for a payday, but if you get the house, that's way more valuable than cash. You're asking to get 100% while she gets 0. How is that fair? Let's move on, because I don't have time for crappy people, arrogant people who are not willing to listen. I'm the arsehole for not letting my fiancé throw a gift for my mother away, because my mother-in-law believes it's brought a demon into the house. Okay, we're going full-on phasmophobia here. I see you. I, 24-year-old woman, live with my fiancé, 27-year-old man, and his mother, a 52-year-old woman. Last month, my fiancé and I went to my hometown with my sister to go shopping. We stopped at Goodwill, and I found this really awesome dragon statue that I wanted to buy for my mum, who collects dragon-themed stuff. It's just been sitting on a headboard in the back bedroom until we get around to go back, but we can't afford to make regular trips. Apparently, my mother-in-law's been experiencing some problems that she says is from a demon. I still don't notice anything beyond the tension this has caused. We're all Christians, but his mother's extremely superstitious, and my fiancé believes everything she tells him. She told him that last night she saw a tiny dragon fly by her window, and that therefore the dragon statue brought the demon in and needed to be thrown away. Is it really bad that my first thought when I had the words tiny dragon was, that's cute, I want to see a tiny dragon? Maybe it wasn't a tiny dragon, maybe it was. Maybe it was a bird. Maybe it was a bat. I guess in some ways bats are tiny dragons, right? Maybe she saw, because I do this sometimes, a look. I'm like, oh, there's a person, but it's just my hair and my peripheral vision. My fiancé told me this, and I told him that we can be rid of the dragon when we give it to my mother. He told me no, it had to be thrown out, and if it was to be given to my mother, then I would be responsible for anything that happened to her, and the sin would be on my hands. He also believes the tiny dragon is possessed by a demon that is causing tiny dragons to fly outside the mother-in-law's window. I'm with you. I told him that I don't believe that it's the dragon, and that it was a good thing, because if it started on my mother, she could throw it away and then I could repent. But I'm not throwing it away. And if he did, there would be issues. He said that there would be issues then. I've just got to say, I'm trying to keep an open mind here. Truly, I am obviously biased by my own opinions in life. And thus, I feel the need to say that I think this whole interaction is a little bit weird. Does this mean you also believe it? Or do you just not believe it? And that's what you're saying to be like, well, look, if it is, babe, then I could just repent. Let's just read on. I told him if he's not going to stand up for me about this stupid dragon, how can I trust that he'll stand up for me later? He said it was ridiculous, and when I pointed out that he's not exactly showing me I can trust him, he went really quiet and went to bed. I've already had to pass up the opportunity to safekeep my grandfather's collection of vinyl records, because she, the mother-in-law, believes they somehow host demons too. A lot of them were irreplaceable rare copies. I haven't been able to admit this to my grandpa, who asked me to keep them safe and make digital copies for him. Should I just throw the dragon away to keep peace? Or should I insist that my fiancé got off his mum's tit and start standing up for me? Am I in the wrong here? Babe, I can't believe you let go of those vinyls. That sucks. That sucks so bad. You absolutely should not be ridding the dragon. Not the arsehole. Totally not the arsehole. I'm honestly so sad for you that you had to get rid of those vinyls, and I wouldn't continue to be doing this. It's already happened once, now it's happening a second time. What if it happens again? What if she says that you're possessed and that your husband should throw you out, your fiancé? Would he listen to her? Would that genuinely put you in a very difficult and potentially life-threatening situation? I'm not gonna lie, that sounds stupid me saying it, but after reading what I've read and the whole thing about repenting and throwing it away and your fiancé truly believing your mum, I'm not so sure if that's as ridiculous a suggestion. Not the arsehole. Demons don't exist. Dragons don't exist to fly outside windows. Is this really how you want to live? Pack up the dragon, send it to your mother. Then pack up your things and move out of crazy land. Here's the thing. People are entitled to their own beliefs. If you believe that there are demons in the world, that's fine. If you believe there are ghosts in the world, that's fine. But if you are living with someone who doesn't believe those same things, and you're saying one thing, and that other person is saying something else, and there is a being, like an actual thing in the house that is now causing contention, there has to be a leading factor. And to me, that leading factor would be, babe, it's my house, it's my item, I'm keeping it here. If you don't like that, go somewhere else. You abide by the communal rules that we were able to do, or you don't. We figure something else out, or I'll go somewhere else. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just think it's more than this one item, and the rule has to be sorted out overall. I don't think saying it's crazy land is very helpful, or necessarily true, because who knows if demons exist? Being open-minded, the principle needs to be sorted out as to who has a final say over these things. It's your item. Surely you should be able to have that, and if you are not in a place where you can feel like you can say, this is my item, I'm keeping it with me, then maybe you shouldn't be in that place, because that place isn't a safe space where you and your needs are respected. Does that make sense? Should I throw the dragon away just to keep the peace? No, you should throw the fiancé away! Into the bin! This is not a family that you want to marry into. The only demon is your mother-in-law. And your fiancé is an enabling mama's boy. I cannot believe you allowed them to get rid of your grandfather's vinyls. Get out of their OP, do not marry this man. A bat! Your mother-in-law saw a bat out of the window, not a tiny dragon. This is only a little thing now, but absolutely, in my opinion, a hill to die on. Honestly, it should have been your granddad's vinyl collection, as that was irreplaceable. But it will only get worse from here if you can't rein her in with the boyfriend's help. It's a principle that you need to fix. Your mother-in-law should not be able to just be like, that's got a demon in it. And then you have to just totally uproot whatever it is that she is saying could have a demon, because that could be anything, including you. Right, my friends, what do you think about these Am I the Arsehole gift editions, possession editions? People are wonderfully bizarre, aren't they? I'm gonna love you and leave you. Please let me know your thoughts down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I'll catch you next time with another video. Be kind and have a great day. Bye!